Happy Wednesday, boys and girls. My name is Jerry Scott Mitchell, coming to you live on Memorex from an undisclosed location. Happy Wednesday. On December 23rd at midnight, I went to bed. Mr. Scale told me 210. Actually, he told me 209.8. When I went to bed the morning after Christmas at around midnight on December 26th, Mr. Scale told me 218 pounds. When I woke up the next morning, I do believe, and I'm recalling this from recent memory, Mr. Scale told me 217. Yesterday, when I woke up, Mr. Scale told me, wait a minute, I think he told me 216 or something. Then after my walk, I went down to 213. That was yesterday. Last night, before I went to bed, Mr. Scale told me 213, 213.6. I woke up this morning, Mr. Scale told me 213.8. Usually at night, I lose weight. Maybe about a pound, sometimes a pound, pound and a half, at least, or around there. How did I gain weight? While I slept? Because before I went to bed, I had a bowl of ambrosia that my niece had made, and I put marshmallows in it. Not blaming the marshmallows, I'm blaming myself. So I'm out here today, starting the day off at 213.8, which is somewhat inspiring because at least I can see progress or a trend. And even though I know it already, it's nice to have to be reassured that getting out here walking actually has an effect. And I'm walking today, it's kind of warm, it's sunny. If you can see, if you can tell, I don't know what you can see if I do that, or what difference all that makes if I go like that. But it's sunny, so it's warm. I may be overdressed so that I can sweat and get that low number, which is most possibly an anomaly weight. But I still like seeing that low number after I walk. I find it inspiring, even though it may be superficial. As it may be that as soon as I drink a cup of water, I put all that back on. But that's not the point. I wake up in the morning, I get out here, I start walking before I eat or drink anything. I'll walk 4.5 miles before I eat or drink anything. And then I'll go home, shower, get dressed, all that. And right when I sit in front of the computer to do work, like maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes early before I have to punch in. You know, I'm tinkering with my personal stuff, making sure my work computer's ready and I'm all ready to go, and eating and just kind of going over stuff. That's when I eat. And something tells me that starving myself like that after breakfast, after sleeping and not eating in the morning before I walk, probably not so much that it's not good for me, but it's probably that. But it could be that I set my body up to be more hungry, to feel like it's starved. And it may increase my cravings. But there's like this whole new longevity thing about living that's out now, about starving and letting your body go into some kind of state where the cells start to clean themselves up. Like, as there's waste. Cells die and cells have waste. And they were saying something about starving or send your body into a certain state where the cells clean themselves up. I mean, it's a rabbit hole. I was talking to my supervisor. It's a rabbit hole. But it's fun. Everybody has their things that they like to get into. Like me in this video recording. I posted 2 videos today that I made like 10 years ago or so. Maybe 13 years ago. Doing the same thing. Test the microphone on a train. Talking about the AC outlet on the train. My computers. And some of the cheapest equipment in the world. Back then I didn't buy equipment. I found it. Well, I had it laying around. That was back before I really learned this craft using stuff I had laying around. Like literally junk. I wasn't buying a lavalier microphone. I wasn't buying headsets. Maybe something from work or 2 made it to my house. Something like that. There was no investment. And that's how I learned. I tried to make this basically junk work. And that's how I learned. And then, as I go on now, and I still like dealing with junk and the lower end stuff, cheap stuff. I don't know why, I just enjoy that. Enjoy that challenge or struggle or whatever. I enjoy making things that may or may not have been discarded work for me. I've made a couple investments now. I'm not completely devoid of sanity. There's some investments I made because some equipment, there's some basic equipment that when purchased just makes everything just so much easier that it's detrimental not to make that purchase. Especially if you can afford it. But even still, I still buy the cheap stuff. I get it refurbished. I ain't spending a lot of money. I be seeing people with a setup. My boy Graydon Square, I was looking at his setup. He got all the new stuff. He got everything, he got all the latest stuff. I'm looking at his setup, the way he do green screen and the mic, and he had the Stream Deck, OBS switcher or whatever. I was like, he got all the latest new stuff. And his podcast or his broadcast looks good too. It looks like, he invested in it and put work in it. It's sharp, it's clean, sounds good, graphics, everything. I'm going in the other direction. I like saying, I found this microphone on one of my walks and I brought it home and here we are. Not sure what I sound like. Not sure how much of the traffic you can hear, but I bought my wireless microphone, but I forgot I just thought of something. I bought my wireless microphone, but I forgot to bring the extension. I have a USB-C extension that I have to use because of the case on my phone. The microphone can't fit into the socket. Let's have that extension. I forgot the extension. And the reason I just thought about this too, the reason I'm using the wireless is because I was hearing a hum on when I was using the wired mic. And I think I was only hearing it on a stereo at home. I think I listened to the same broadcast, to the same video. I think I listened to the same video in the car, and I'm not necessarily sure I heard that hum. But either way, I didn't like it and it stuck in my head. So, you know, now I'm just like, don't use the wired microphone. Just use the, because of the hum. It stuck in my head. If I use it, I'm gonna hear that hum. As soon as I listen to it, that's the first thing I'm gonna hear is that hum. You know, regardless if it's significant or not, I'm gonna hear it. So I use the wireless and it seems to come out cleaner. But right now, I forgot that piece. I got the wireless in my pocket and I'm making this without a microphone. So it's gonna sound, I don't know how it's gonna sound, might be a lot of traffic. If the microphone is at the bottom of the, phone, it may even be facing in the wrong direction. So traffic might be louder than me. So you don't see me. There we go. There we go. You gotta watch pedestrians, especially back in Ohio. They'll test you. They will not test you. Pedestrians get no respect. Especially me, big black man, look like I'm capable. They probably say, ah, he's safe. We got him, I can make it. And they'll try to cut in front of you. Sometimes in California, it seems like they overcompensate. They'll stop like 500 feet back for you to go, blocking traffic and everything. Like, will you just go? Let traffic go and let me make my way across. They'll stop in the middle of the street. They'll stop in one lane, not realizing that the other 3 lanes got to stop too, and they ain't. Realizing the other 3 lanes, like this lady, she ain't even look. She didn't even see me. I mean, I was way far back, but she didn't even, they looked left, trying to make that right, and they don't see me. It's my job to make sure that I see them. Then when we make eye contact, you'll see them hit the brake. And you're like, okay. Sometimes anyway. Sometimes they be like, they'll come to like a rolling stop and come close. And I'll keep looking at them, you know, having my stare or my glare intensify. Like, are you gonna stop? Then they'll hit the brake and wave or something like that. I'd be like, come on now. But so we'll see how this comes out. I wanted to make this video because I'm out here. I wanted to talk about my weight and my, I guess you could call it struggle. I guess struggle wouldn't be too far-fetched of a word. My struggle with my weight, or my challenge. Maybe challenge is a better word. I think we can go with challenge. When you say that, I think we can go with challenge. Because, and part of me enjoys this challenge, looks forward to it, and may even be glad I have it in my life. You know, may even be glad that I have something in my life that I deem a worthy, quote unquote, opponent. Something that I look to that, hey, you know, something that if I can conquer this or get over that, it's not only rewarding that I'm able to do this, I can brag about it and lose weight and look good. I mean, because if you think about it, weight, health, there's nothing more important than health. If you really stop and think about it, there's really nothing more important than health, except for maybe becoming the thing or person that you want to be. Because that could be in lieu of health. If you can become the person or thing that you want to be, regardless of your health, it's like you win. But you probably got to have health to do that. Health is very important, I'm sure, in this whole scheme of everything. Your capability, health, your mindset, the way you think, your outlook, your demeanor, the way your body functions physically, definitely influences how you think mentally. I need to shave or something, don't I? I don't shave. In fact, my cousin did a shaving thing. He had got a Christmas gift where he got a razor with 6 blades on it. And he was, saying this and that, how impressed he was. He said he had a 3-blade one. He never had a 6-blade one. And it was funny. It's funny watching people make videos. Not funny, but it's interesting. Because we all have different styles. We all have different styles and different ways of doing it. And like some people, you can see how corny they are trying to set something up. I don't say no names. Daryl Mitchell, he's so corny and old school. He tried to set it up. He tried to set something up, and he like way overdo it. He'd be like, oh, we're gonna go ahead and, well, I don't know. And it's just fun to watch people make videos, because everybody don't make videos. I like people who make videos, and I'm probably saying this incorrectly, or I could probably put this better. But people who haven't been doing this as long as I have, and they're not as sophisticated as the ones that I have. Because I've done this so much, I know I have a better idea now than I did then on how to set something up, how many times to repeat this or repeat that, how to throw an idea out this way, knowing I want to swing behind it, and come up with another idea and make it intriguing and like, oh, they're making that so obvious. But my cousin, there was another Daryl. Wow. He was talking about his razor that had 6 blades. And he kept saying 6 blades. He said, this razor got 6 blades. 6 blades, he just kept saying it over and over, in his delivery, explaining it. And I just like watching it. I just like watching people go through their expression and say what they got to say, unscripted. I can just watch them. I may or may not agree with some of the stuff they say. And as I've said before, the stuff I don't agree with may be my favorite stuff. But he was talking about the 6-blade razor. He said, 6 blades, 6 blades. I'm used to 3 blades, yeah, 6 blades. And he went on to say that But what he did was he went on to say that he shaved his head. He said, okay, let me shave my head and see what happened. So he went to shave his head, and he said he found out she don't put no pressure on it. The 6 blades, he said you don't have to put no pressure, just let the blade glide along it, because when he did apply pressure, he got nicks. So he was a big fan of the 6-blade razor. And it reminded me of the few times I tried to shave. I bought an electric shaver with the rotary things, and I bought a razor, I think disposable razor, this and that. And I was applying way too much pressure. I was applying way too much pressure, cutting it way too deep. Tore my face up. My face was smooth as a baby's butt though. My face was smoother than it's ever been. But a couple days later, I had bumps all over my face. Good thing none of them left a mark. And it's because I was putting way too much pressure. Because you gotta know how to shave. You just don't get a razor and shave. You gotta like go with the flow. You don't shave against the grain. I was doing all of that. Pressing hard, shaving across the grain, just doing everything wrong. Tore my face up. But it was smooth for that 24 hours or so before it started to get bumps. But anyway, I like making videos. I take that back. I like making videos about me. I like making videos about me. I like talking about me. I like thinking about me. I like thinking about what I like to think about. I really enjoy Jeffrey. I really enjoy being Jeffrey. That's what it may break down to. I really, maybe just flat out enjoy being Jeffrey. I just had a thought. Started thinking about how I'm using ChatGPT to transcribe all these videos and then have it report a summary of all the stuff I said. You could do this from YouTube TV and ChatGPT. Trying to devise a strategy to where I can start knocking these out. Got a couple hundred of them in the queue. And then we'll need to go back through the ones already uploaded to YouTube and make a summary of the transcript from those and post it, and make sure that they're posted to my website as an audio podcast. So, you know, I was just thinking how I like talking about Jeffrey, and I like Jeffrey, about this whole Jeffrey TV thing that I'm into, all that being compiled, and I want to get that stuff out there. I want to get that stuff out there for the universe so that history can act upon it. Got to get it out there. I got to get it out of the encrypted, lockdown area that I have. Need to get it in there. Get it out there, because I got everything locked down. If something happened to me, there's got to be an outlet. There's got to be an outlet or a way for people to get to that and execute on it. And I'm starting to, put a few things in place. And I'm gonna start to let people know, how I think's the best to, continue the legacy, which I should hopefully have in place. Maybe I'll set up, maybe with GoDaddy, I'll set up an account that could have dividends put in it every year or something like that, or a fund that will perpetually pay for everything that I'm doing in my absence. And of course, the goal would be for it to be completely self-sufficient. The least amount of external human involvement. But I'm gonna need help from people. There's no doubt about that. So I'll go and I'll set it up so that it works that way. So that people can get to my data and hopefully I'll leave a good foundation of where they can start and how to do it. Where these files are, what program you need, and it's the whole thing to go forward. But maybe hopefully by then I can get a lot of it out. That should be the point, to get it all out. And I just thought about that just now. To get it all out there already. To take that off of them, to have that off the plate. To have stuff already out there. Once it's out there, it's good. And then, once it's out there, the only thing, well, not the only thing, but one of the things that would just be to maintain the website hosting. I don't know how long my Facebook account will last, but even so, I have my own www, have everything in that. All of that. I was thinking too, when I first started getting these websites, domain registration was like $8, $9 domain registration. Now they want $22 a year. And I got like $400 worth of websites out there. Some of which I use, some of which I don't. I want to keep on them, like wearehire.com. I like that one. The demystificationprocess.com. I like that one. The newblackthink.com. Theory of Universe. pfunk1.com. atheistwalking.com. Those are like the original three. Then came jeffytv.com, onemansfunk.com for my book. See, it's all there. It's all in place. Or at least the beginnings of it. I guess I can say it's a good foundation, but the least of it, it's a good start. At the very least, it's a good start. See me, I had to put my hat down because it's all the sun. And I'm sweating. That's the whole point. Get back home, today's Wednesday. If I don't have my breakfast food here. So I'm trying to eat small amounts for breakfast. But I'm eating ham and green bean casserole. Just a little bit, just something to put some in my stomach. And then during the day I'll go down and I'll get ham and turkey. Them turkey legs, drumsticks came out so good. They came out so good. Butter, season I put in there, put them in a Dutch oven for a few hours, and just let them, they came out so good. And then I barbecue chicken, and the propane and the tank was low, so I cook too high. I don't burn stuff, but I char it, and I probably do burn it. And I realize that when people say, when a recipe or something says, people say, put the burner on low. In my mind, that's off. That's where I'm from. When they say put the burner on low, in my thinking, that's basically off. I'm starting to learn that. I got a new oven when they renovated my apartment, and even 2 is high. When they say low, 1 and 2 is high. You got to turn it all the way down. Barely see a flame. Low. That's how low. So, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the propane was low on the chicken, so I was cooking it really slow. Slower than I ever would have. And it came out. It just took time, and it didn't burn, and it came out. So I guess I gotta learn. It really came out good. Moist, juicy. Oh, another thing too, I'm thinking about, I'm gonna order. Oh, you know what? Okay. I'm gonna talk about what I'm gonna order is a meat thermometer, because I like my stuff undercooked, probably. Seems like everything I like it undercooked. I like to have the char on the outside, but on the inside, I like to have it juicy. So my chicken, some people, black people will question if my chicken is done or not. Sometimes there's a little bit of red in there, not a lot. There's no pink meat, but there's definitely some juicy blood in there sometimes, and I like that because I like it juicy. So I'm gonna get a meat thermometer and start using that, because they say once it gets to a certain temperature, you're good. That's all you do is get the meat up, you stick a meat thermometer in there, and you get up to blah 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 temperature, it's done. So I'm gonna try that. And my mother had one. I found one of hers. I'm gonna try it. See how that works. Do some research on how to use a meat thermometer. And the other thing, I think I'm gonna order one. But what I did order was the electric toothbrush. Because people, you got to change your toothbrush. You've got to change your toothbrush. They get old, and they go bad. Okay? Let's just leave it at that. They get old, and they go bad. The bristles ain't worth a damn. I'm using this thing. It's just basically not working. I'm still feeling stuff on my teeth, yada, yada, yada. So I got a million toothbrushes. It ain't like I ain't have one. I got like a million of them. Unused, still in the pack, basically. So I got one out and started using it. You can feel the difference immediately. You feel the difference just like immediately. You can feel the bristles on your teeth doing what it need to do. And then when I run my tongue over my teeth, I can feel the difference. So I ordered a electric toothbrush. Them things start like, my niece said she got one for like $8. If you go to Amazon and you Google, they be wanting up to like $300. I'm like, what the hell can this dental system do where it's worth $300? What's it gonna do? Brush my teeth to go outside and wash my car? I'm like, my God, people. But so I ordered one of them. I think I paid $40 for it. It'll be delivered tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes tomorrow, Thursday. Steelers play Sunday at 1:30. Another late game, 1:30 game. We done had like 3 in a row. 2 or 3. No, Saturdays. We played 2 Saturdays. And then now we're playing in Seattle, so that's a late game. New Year's Eve. And of course, when I get back, probably even before I get back, I might go to Google Flights and just take a look and see how much it would cost me if I wanted to go to that game. Just to take a peek, see if I can work it out. Fly from Seattle to LA in the morning and get back to in time to work. That's the goal, you know, but I haven't taken any days off. Even though my buddy might take the day, like he took Christmas for me. But we'll see. I don't need to go. I would love to go there and cheer on Mason Rudolph, though. I would love to go there and cheer on Mason Rudolph. I've been preaching Mason Rudolph for a long time. People wouldn't listen to me, telling me he wasn't this, he wasn't that. I'm like, how the hell you know? You ain't seen him play in 2 years. I'm like, how you gonna say that? He never had a fair chance. He never got a fair shake. When he was forced into duty, he was young, not ready. And now he's been through it. Not been through it, but he's able to be sitting to watch it. He hadn't played in like 2 years with people saying he a bum. I'm like, how you gonna say that? You ain't seen him play in 2 years. But I don't want to go into that. I was just happy for him. I was really, really happy for him to see him come out and show out like that. And you know, my football team, I love my football team. There should be no other. Mr. Rudolph had the game of his life. Shook up the NFL, shook up everybody. Probably saved his career because somebody out there now is going to be looking at him saying, if you come back and have a decent game this time, his value going to go up. And if he starts the next 2 games and he wins them, and God forbid we make it to the playoffs, and he goes in there and wins the playoff game, which is just lunacy to even speculate, his value will go up, and I'm happy for him. And you know, I was happy for him. I've been cheering for him for years. I'm gonna say Mason Rudolph for years. And the first thing he does in the post-game conference, is thank his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. That was the first thing he did. And in his old stuttering self, shy, stuttering, almost introvertish, whatever, talking style, it made me want to smack him half the time. Like, speak up, for crying out loud. First, I just want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I was like, wow, okay. That's my football team. And then Highsmith came on, the defensive side of the ball, player of the game, more than likely. He came on, and he got crosses under his eyes. In the blackout makeup, he got crosses. And he mentions, God and faith and Jesus, because they both, my football team is religious. football team is religious, and that's kind of the fun part about it. Team I love so much, and probably the whole NFL is probably religious actually. But I think they obviously tell them, you know, keep it down. Don't be broadcasting that, because you can tell that a lot of people want to thank their Lord and Jesus Christ, but they don't. You can tell they just don't do it for whatever reason. But anyway, I think I'm finished with this. I'm swinging on y'all 2 times. Let me get this ready. Swinging on y'all 2 times. For me, for the funk. And for every elementary particle that has ever existed in this or in any universe that ever was, is, or will be. It's the totality of it all. A theory of universe. A hypothesis of all as one. My name is Jeffrey.